Take me out to California. Take me out to California.
Hi guys, so this is for those of you who follow this channel because you have a child who is going through grief. That could be a parent or a grandparent or a dog, whatever it is, and you are trying to find ways to help them through it because you're a caring person and you want to be able to do that. Or perhaps you even work with children and you're looking for ideas and how to help them cope. Now, I'm certainly not a grief expert. I'm a human being who is and has been going through grief and have two young children who are going through it right now. My daughters are 5 and 7 and we are over a year on since the death of my husband Ross, who died of brain cancer. And I think this year, certainly with Christmas around the corner, this last Christmas was very much we had a you know, that mist of grief on. It was very early doors, and yes, we were sad and it was difficult. I think this year in a way is harder in some ways, and the girls are really feeling it right now and they're in this new stage of grief. My oldest daughter has started to see a counsellor, which she's had one session. I've had one session with the lady and she's really great, and I feel like it's going to be a fab step for my daughter to just come up with some skills. It's all about, you know, ways of being able to just deal with the emotions that are going on. So I always say to my girls, no emotions are bad. You've just got to find ways of dealing with those emotions. Sometimes you have to just let them come and go. Sometimes you need to, you know, actually do something to move yourself out of that. And it's the same stuff largely that I teach adults about mindset and positivity in what I do. So I do workshops and I do one-on-one coaching as a life coach. And I have an online course as well. It's all about positive mindset. However, I'm no expert in children and certainly not in childhood grief. And so I've really had to do a lot of learning myself. And to be honest, a lot of it is just winging it here in my home, trying to work out how to get my girls through this. So I'm going to share with you 3 things that I've tried that might work for you. They might not, but I'm going to share them with you because if you are like me, you might be a person that goes onto the internet to try and find answers. And if you're listening to this and your children are going through it and you're like, I just need some ideas, I'll try anything, that's the kind of thing I would do. So I'm going to share with you, and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. They're slightly unorthodox, some of them. So the first one is something that we got from the counsellor and it's worked really well so far. So what this idea is, and I've done this on the computer, so I've printed it out for Brooke. I've been using it with my oldest. My youngest does want to try it, but obviously they're emotionally at different stages, so we'll see how that works for her. But for Brooke, what we found is that when she's at school, she's bottling up all of those feelings, probably like we do as adults, and then she's coming home like a rocket and all of that emotion's pouring out and she's just not feeling good. And so my initial thought was, well, you need to find ways to get it out. And so I was talking to her about ways to get it out when she was at school. You know, can you go to the toilet? Can you have a cry? Can you come out? And she was like, absolutely not. No way. You know, she's 7. She doesn't want to feel embarrassed. She doesn't want to feel different. And I do get that. And so what the counsellor suggested, and it was a really great idea, and it has worked for the last week or so we've been using it, is that Brooke would, we would say to Brooke, it's fine that you keep those emotions in. You don't have to do anything with them. You keep them in, you bottle them up when you're at school. But we need to know what's going on in your mind. We need to know how we can help. So Brooke has a sheet. Now I've done this, a printed sheet. I'll try and link it below actually so that you guys can have a template. And what she does is she puts red dots if she's felt rage or anger, black dots if she's feeling pain, and blue dots if she's feeling sad. So then at the end of the day, she shows me this chart and I can go, wow, you had 5 sads today. And she's actually done them, she makes them bigger if it's a really big sad or it's a really tiny sad, and then or an anger, and she does that. She actually added on this, the counsellor said blue and red, pain and sadness, but Brooke wanted to add in pain, as in like it was really intense sadness, I guess. So I went with her and we've done that. And it just means that at the end of the day, me and the teacher can both have an idea of what Brooke's been keeping in her head. And rather than go, you should be getting that out, I can then go, okay, wow, how brave are you? You went to school today and you did all your schoolwork and yet you had all of this going on, all of these sad bits and all of that anger that you kept in. wow, you're amazing, how you've done so good, so what can we do now to get that out now you're at home? How can we help you? Do you want to talk about any of those bits? Sometimes it's just things like she's had an argument with someone at school, or often it's that. But because Brooke's emotions are up here, as are all of anyone who's going through grief, your emotions are already up here, you add on someone being annoying at school and you want to explode. And so that's what she's dealing with. But then she can come out of school and she can talk to me, right, well, I've had these many darts, this is why I felt like this, and this is how I feel now. And I can say, okay, what can we do to get it out? Do you want to have your favourite tea? Do you want to go for a run? Do you want to jump up and down? What do you want to do? Like, how want to watch your film? Do you want to cuddle? And we can talk through it, but it gives me a guide on what's been going on. We had one day this week where she had no dots whatsoever on there. And I said, okay, so how did you do that? And she said, well, I just decided that I was going to have a really good day. And when somebody annoyed me, I said, you're not going to get me, I'm not going to put dots on my chart for you. And I was like, high five, you're my hero, you're amazing. But you know, it just gives us a bit of a guide, it helps us. And I actually even suggested that maybe I do that for the girls as well, because they often want to know how I'm feeling. And I said, you know what, maybe I could do that, and then we could, you know, share how our days have been. But it's a way that children don't have to tell you everything, but they feel listened to, and I think that it's been working well for us, so it might be something that works for you. Number 2, and this is going to be unorthodox, and some of you will agree with this, some of you won't. I don't care, because it works, and so that is one of them. But I, as you probably see on my channel, I'm a bit of a swearer. I do swear a lot, but I don't swear in front of my children. And I've always said to the girls that swearing is fine if you are an articulate and intelligent person who has already learned a lot of words, and then you can use swearing to be funny, or to, because it's part of our language or whatever, to be angry, to articulate how you're feeling in a different way, and that's fine. But children shouldn't be walking around swearing because it sounds awful, and because you haven't learned enough words yet. You haven't earned the right to pop a swear word in there. It's kind of what I've always said to them. Now, because they don't hear me swear, it is shocking to them to hear swearing. And I remember when both of the girls will often, you know, if somebody says a swear word, like, they'll be like, oh my God, Mum. I mean, even oh my God, they wouldn't say that. I mean, that's like a big deal. So swearing is taboo to them. So when they've been in the midst of, and it's usually bedtime, real grief and sadness, I said to the girls, right, this is your space, and you need to feel that you can get out that pain that's inside you. In your room, in here, you say whatever swear word you need to say. I'm like, do you know any? And they're like, they clearly do, but they don't want to say it. They're like, no, Mum. I'm like, just say whatever. And I just say to them, you can say whatever swear word that you want. And what we actually, it's become a thing. So I say in the bedroom, and I'm like, I don't care, you know, if you need to say, for sake, it's shit how things are. If you need to say that, and that gets it out. And for them, it kind of does, because it's a release. It's like a naughty, wow, that's how bad I feel that I've actually swore in front of Mom. Like, they wouldn't do that. So to them, it's like, and actually I was really pleased, and again, you might find this really like, oh, shocking, whatever, but it's not. When a couple of nights back, Brooke was really feeling it at bedtime. She couldn't get to sleep and she was feeling sad, just like us adults, you know, you sat with your own thoughts and just thinking about our dad. And we sat together and we were talking and we were just silent, and then she went, it's shit, isn't it, Mum? And I'm like, yeah, it is, it's shit. And there's just an honesty in it, and I think that's why I always think, that's why I swear. I think there's a realness and an honesty that I'm not curbing how I feel, and I'm okay with them doing it. So last night was again a particularly bad night of emotional stuff before bed, and so I said to them, right, because I know it works, I said, right, we'll often play a game where I'll make up a poem for them. They give me a word, and I'm quite good with poetry and rhyming stuff quickly. So I say to them, right, give me a word, and then they give me like 3 minutes, and I'll think of a little rhyme, and it's usually nonsense, silly stuff. But last night I went, all right, then give me a swear word. I'll do a swear word into a poem, and I mean, you can imagine, I mean, it's, Mum's gonna make a poem up with a swear word in it. And so we based it on them, on how they felt in that day. So I wrote them some poems. Hang on, I should probably have prepped that a little bit more, and then want me to print them out so they could wake up and have a look at them. So I did mean, don't get me wrong, this isn't my best work, but so Brooks, I wrote, sometimes I get cross and I want to scream and shout. Sometimes I am raging and I want to get it out. I want to kick, I want to slam it, I want to punch and shout out, that's a swear word, damn it. That was a swear word. You don't get it, you don't understand, you're not in my head in this angry land. I know I'll be alright, I know I'll be okay, but well, if I'm honest, it's really not today. So that was Brooks, and Tex's was, because Tex felt really sad yesterday, and Tex's was, today I felt sad and I couldn't stop the tears. The worries made my tummy hurt and my head was full of fears. So Mummy said I could get it out by saying what was in my head. I could scream into my pillow before I went to bed. I could shout out loud any bad word I knew, like idiot and stupid and wee and poo. She said that if I needed, I could say a swear word as well, like Jesus Christ, that was Texas's, and shit, and even bloody hell. Oh no, hers was bloody hell. I must not say these out my room, but it's our private way of saying I'm feeling rubbish and today just wasn't a good day. And so we did those, and actually it was a way that they could, and I got them to like shout out the swear word with me when I read it to them, and it was a way for them to get it out, and they went to sleep and they settled. And yeah, my third way of trying to help them through grief, again, is we go into the bedroom, again, because it's normally night time when they feel it, and I get them to jump on the bed and just shout out a word. It could be not, I'm like, I don't care what comes out. It could be blah, it could be turnips. It doesn't matter what comes out, just shout something. And sometimes they'll shout things that are meaningful out, and sometimes it'll just be silly, and either it helps them get it out or it makes them laugh, and I join in, and it's just a distraction, and physically it gets something out as well. So I thought I'd share these. I hope this helps for you guys that are going through this, and I'll continue to share those things with you that we learn, but sometimes those things work, sometimes they don't. You know, we'll go to bed, they can punch pillows, they can scream into their pillow, and just trying to find ways for them to release some of that pain and let them know that even, and I say this on loop, even if you're not okay right now, you will be okay. These emotions come and go. And it's okay to feel sad and angry and all of those things. It's just how we deal with them that really makes a difference. If you're going through this right now, I'm sending you tons of love, because it's parenting to the max when you're going through children with grief and your own grief to boot. So I'm sending you love, and I know that you can be okay as well. So keep going and share with me your stories as well. And tag the people that need this.
Take me out to California.